Alright guys, I am back with another video. This time it is a Blender tutorial and I will tell you how to make a glass logo. This is very easy even if you don't know anything about Blender. Like myself, you can make this very easily. So relax and enjoy the video. Okay, we are in the Blender, but before we start, I am also a new user like you and don't know much about Blender itself. I barely use Blender and create something here and there. So I am kind of familiar with it, but not that much. So, if you have questions and want to ask them in comments, I will try to provide answers as best as I can, but you get the idea. Alright, back to the topic. Select everything and press X to delete them. Go to the File tab and import your SVG logo. You need to have your logo in SVG format to accept by Blender, otherwise it won't work. Which key I am pressing will be shown on the screen, so you can get the idea. After importing SVG, there will be many curves. Just simply select everyone by holding Shift and press Ctrl J to join them into one curve. Now, go inside this Data tab, this little icon. Go into Geometry section and change the value of Extrude. I am pressing the middle mouse button to view the scene from different angle. You can change your extrude however you want. I'm going with 0.06. Use mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and zoom out, and while holding Shift button, you can drag your view inside the 3D scene. Now scroll down, there you will find the bevel. Change its depth to around 0.008, something that make your logo round at the edges. As well as change the resolution to 5 or 6. Going more than this is not needed and will not show much difference anyways. Someone would say, what if I don't have the SVG logo? Then, don't worry. This technique works with text as well. Press Shift A and bring the text. Press Tab key on the keyboard to change the contents. For example, I am just simply going with A. Now, same as previous, go inside the font section and you can select your font from there. Select its location and change it however you like. Now go up and find the Geometry section. There you will find the same things as curves. Extrude, bevels, resolution and depth. Change it according to your liking. Note that every font has different properties, so your values will be different from mine. Okay. Select the entire logo and press S to scale and make it little bit bigger. Now press Shift A and bring the camera into the scene. You can press numpad 0 to view the camera scene. This will be our output. Press numpad 0 to exit the view. Press this icon to move the logo. Press N to bring this panel where you will find camera to view. Check that, so that your whole scene will move as your camera. I am just changing the scene as however I like. You can press this icon to rotate the selected object. There is shortcut for every axis, but I am not going into that many. So just simply select the appropriate tools and change it. When you are happy with your scene, uncheck the camera to view, so later it won't affect your scene. Now go inside this camera properties, this second icon, where you can change the camera resolution. I am changing it to 1080p. I should do that first. Now I need to change the location again. Okay, make this section larger and click on this clock and select the shader editor. Delete the current properties because we don't need it. Click on New. We're going to call it Glass. Inside that, you will find these two nodes. We don't need this principled BSDF. Press X to delete it. Change the viewport shading to Material View, this third icon. Press Shift A and search for Glass BSDF. We need 2 copies of it. For that, press Shift D to duplicate it and place it below. Now search for a node called Add Shader. Connect the BSDF to shader. We need another shader to connect the 3 of them. When you connect all of them, you can see this milky logo, which we need for the glass. Now, we're going to add reflections. For that, search for a node called Mix Shader and place it between the output. Add another node called Glossy BSDF. Connect BSDF to shader. Add a last node called Fresnel. This is very important, otherwise those reflection will not show. Connect factor to factor. Change the viewport shading to render, the last icon. This technique will only work with Cycles engine. Go to render properties and change the render engine to Cycles and device to GPU compute. For a better result, go to Edit Preferences. In the System tab, select this optics and turn on both CPU and GPU. Now change the IOR values to something around 1.4 and others to around 1.4. We are going to change the color. Inside this hex panel, you can add your color code. You can go with any color. The color which I am going with, I will mention it on the screen. Change this roughness to around 0.1. If you have added every node correctly, this is how it looks. Now, add a mesh for the background reflections. Place it below the logo and scale it so it will take entire background of the camera. Go to this material properties and add a new material. Make it all the way to metallic now and change the roughness. Go to the base color and change its color. In the thumbnail preview, I went with this color, but for this tutorial purpose, I didn't change the base color. Now, bring in the lights. Shift A and select Area Light. You can add as many lights as you like. I went with 4 lights. You can change its color. Also the light power. Increase as you feel like it. Inside the render properties, decrease the max samples value to minimum 2500. I have a decent GPU, so I am going with 4K. Go to render, render image. This will take some time according to your device. After it's complete, go to image and save it. This was the technique that I learned and experimented by watching some tutorials and guides. Now it's your turn to make it more beautiful. If you happen to create something out of this, you can tag me on Twitter. My Twitter is linked in the description, you can check it out. Also, this Blender project will be free after the video reaches to 25 likes. I will mention the links in the pinned comments, so make sure you stay tuned. If you had learned something new and enjoyed it, make sure you like the video and subscribe the channel. Okay, it's time for me to go. I will catch you guys on the next one. Until then, see ya.